Hello everybody, it's Maikito, and quickly going over last video's picks as always. It was an okay day. Both to score Manu, Fulham. Manu scored as I expected him to. Fulham didn't. Onana had two great saves. They should have scored. He had man of the match. The ones that did hit, when I posted Kylian, he got taken off. I told you in the comments to take his shot. He hit that, so that one hit. Diop hired one and a half tackles, hit as well. That one was easy. And then I had an added play of Asensio hired in two shots because I saw that he was starting instead of Barcola and then Bele. He hit as well. And then Iago, two shots assisted. He didn't even pass. He was just there to shoot. So bad read on my end, I suppose. He played as a playmaker last season. Maybe he's playing more as a striker this next season, or maybe it was just a one-time thing. But I don't want to make any excuses. Bad read on my end. Kylian passes, same thing. He was really close to hitting this. He just like last game with Lopez, he was doing really low in the first half. Then he started getting a lot more in the second half, but it was just too late by that point. He was close, didn't get it, and then McBurney added play to get two. They had like 15 shots. He unfortunately only got one. But overall, 3 right, 4 wrong. It was an okay day. For these next picks, I'm just gonna stick to the basics: shots, tackles, just the basic stuff. And if this next video we don't get 66% hit rate, I will do a giveaway next video. I know it's the beginning of the season and the reads are bad, but I still expect better for myself. And like I said, to make up for it, if I do not get at least 66% in this next video, I will do a giveaway. It might be 20, 25, I don't know yet, depends. If it's like barely under 60% or 66%, I'll do 20. But if it's like a bad day, worse than that, I'll do 25, 30. All you have to do is like this video, comment, and then when I make the next video, I'll just randomly pick a comment from the video, and that person will win the giveaway. I'll put it in the next video. You can put your info and stuff like that. But there's a lot of games, way more games this weekend, this Saturday. A lot of Prem games, some Serie A games, some La Liga games. I'm not gonna force anything. I'm just gonna find a couple that I liked. There's still more picks than usual, but even though there's a lot of games, I'm not gonna force anything. If I do have any more added plays that I do like, I will add them in the pinned comment in the YouTube. And then as well, for those that don't know, I added a Discord in the last video. I'll put it in the description as well for this video. Free Discord, totally free. You do not have to pay for it. It's just you get notified when videos come out as well. You can chat about lines, talk about slips. You can post your own slips, your own plays, all that. Just a free Discord where you can just chat. If you want to join that in the description, but I'll get straight into the plays. My first pick is Diogo Jota to go higher than 2.5 shots, playing away from home for Liverpool, going up against Ipswich Town. He's very likely to get the start against Nunez. He's more fit. He played well in the friendlies that he played for Liverpool. He averaged 3.21 per 90, so if he gets a start, he's already on pace just by his averages from last season, and he's going to get good service. He has good teammates with Trent, Sloboslai, Salah, McAllister, Diaz, Gravenberch. He has a lot, even Van Dijk's long balls that he sends. He has all his teammates are great at playmaking, great at passing, and I think this is going to be too big of a first game for Ipswich Town. They came from the second division going up to the first division, and their first game is against Liverpool, arguably one of the best teams, arguably the best team in the world when they're fit. So I think this is just too big of a game for them. They conceded 32 goals at home last season in the second division, which was 20th out of 24th in the whole league. So, and for a team that got promoted to the Premier League, that's too much of a mark. Imagine what's Liverpool going to be able to do to them. They did not have a good defense. They relied on their attack. Again, 20th out of 24th in the league when it came to allowing goals at home. That is not good. He's willing to take those long shots, which we always like, and then he's 5'10", which is average when it comes to a striker, but he wins 87% of the aerial duels, which is good for us. And he took 23 shots with his right, 10 with his left, so he's willing to shoot with both feet, which is what we like to see. So I just think going up against not a good defensive Ipswich Town, too big of a game for him. He's gonna start. He has the averages. I like Diogo Jota to go higher than 2.5 shots. My next play is Chris Wood to go higher than 2 shots, playing at home for Nottingham Forest, going up against Bournemouth. He averaged 2.39 per 90 last season in the Prem, which is good. He played him last season at home, and Nottingham Forest were a man down after just the 23rd minute, so they played 70 minutes with the man down, and he still went over with 4 shots. 3 of those shots were from corner headers, and I mentioned that because first of all, he's 6'3", which is really tall, and he wins 84% of his aerial duels. So if they get those corners, good chance if they find him, he's gonna win those, so he can get easy shots from there. And then Bournemouth, I believe, were top 3 when it came to top 3 to top 5 when it came to allowing shots away from home. And it's not like they got any better defensive players or anything, or reinforced their back line. They still pretty much have the same back line, so I still expect the same amount of shots. They're gonna allow a lot of shots. And then 19 of his shots were headers, 17 were with his right, and 12 were with his left. So he's very, very versatile. Given opportunity, he's going to take those shots. And we just need him to take at least 2 to push and 3 to hit. I feel like a really good chance he gets 2 is whether he gets that 3rd. He'll get service from Morgan Gibbs-White, who's an underrated playmaker. They have Hudson-Odoi, who is also a great dribbler on the wing, who can find him. And then he also has Williams, who's going to be playing as a right back, but he's an overlapping one. He can find Chris Wood on the crosses, and if he gets those crosses, he's going to win those headers. I think it's a good mark to take for a striker like Chris Wood, who's versatile, so I like him to go higher than 2 shots against Bournemouth. My next play is Guido Rodriguez to go higher than 2 tackles, playing at home for West Ham, going up against Aston Villa. He's our new signing. He's going to start to replace the injured Alvarez in the CDM spot. He's going to be the more defensive CDM because he plays next to Souček, and Souček is the box-to-box one that likes to move up and down when he can. So I expect him to be the much more defensive one. And he averaged 2.8 tackles per 90 last season in La Liga. So he already averages higher than this mark, and now he's playing against Villa, who play a lot of midfielders. They play a lot of midfielders, even play him on the wing, even when they're naturally midfielders. They play McGinn, Tielemans, Onana. They play Ramsey. All of these players that are normally midfielders are going to be playing likely, and that's just the starters without counting their benches. So it's a good chance for him to win the ball back against these midfielders that are going to be passing the ball around. He's an aggressive player. I expect more Villa possession in both the games against West Ham. They had more possession. They had 58% and 69%, which also means more chances for him to try to tackle and win the ball back from Aston Villa. So I like this mark. He's an aggressive player. 2.0 is a safe spot. I like it. Guido Rodriguez to go higher than 2 tackles. My next play is Alvaro Morata to go higher than 2.5 shots, playing at home for AC Milan, going up against Torino. He averaged 3.16 per 90, so already averaged over this mark, and that was in La Liga. And now he's playing in the Serie A with the new AC Milan team, so I like this mark. Torino lost Buongiorno, first of all. That's their main player that they lost, who was a great center back, their best defender, so now he can exploit that gap in their defense as well. AC Milan in both games against Torino took 17 and 16 shots against them, and Torino were a decent defensive side. They weren't anything good. They were pretty below average, and now they lost Buongiorno. I don't expect their defense to get any better. And Alvaro Morata is great at making runs. He's first of all, he's an underrated striker in my opinion, and he's very underrated when it comes to him making his runs. His runs are very deadly, and he's really good at finding space in between defenders. And if you look at the shots that he took last season, 25 headers, 24 with his right, 18 with his left. So another versatile striker, and like I said, he finds those spaces in between defenders, so he can shoot with either his right or his left, which is what we like to see. He's going to get great service from Chukwueze, a good dribbler on the wing. Pulisic, he's going to be playing as a cam, another great dribbler who's good at finding people. Leao, another great dribbler who can find him as well when he's making runs. And then they also have Theo Hernandez who can cross it to him. He wins those headers. And they have Reinders in the midfield who can also play long ball. So he's going to get great service. And for those that watch soccer and know ball, know that Alvaro Morata usually does well when it comes to his debuts, when he plays for new teams. So I like this mark against Torino, who are not getting any better defensively. I like Alvaro Morata to go higher than 2.5 shots. My next play is Jonathan David to go higher than 2 shots, playing away from home for Lille, going up against Reims. He averaged 2.7 shots per 90, so again, average higher than this mark. Like I said, I'm trying to keep it simple. I don't want to overthink everything. I just think they're underestimating these marks for these players. He had 2 shots exactly in both games against Reims, so which is really all we need to push, but I still think he gets 3. Reims lost Amir Richardson, who was a good defensive midfielder, and like Torino, it's not like they've really reinforced their team with any better players than that, or if they have, it's young players, so they still have a lot to prove. This is still the same little attack and midfield. They've had a couple changes in defense, but it's still the same attack in midfield, so they have great chemistry with each other. It's not like they're going to struggle when it comes to finding each other, try to figure out each other's groove. No, it's the same attack in midfield, so they have great chemistry with each other. He shot 44 with his right, 25 with his left, so he can shoot with either foot. He's a quick player. He's a great dribbler. He can find his own chances as well, and he's a penalty taker. So if he gets those chances, he's gonna shoot from there. I think at 2.0, it's a good spot to take, safe spot to take. I like Jonathan David to go higher than 2 shots. And then my last player prop is Takumi Minamino to go lower than 3 shots, playing at home for Monaco, going up against Saint Etienne. He averaged 2.54 per 90, so he averaged lower than this mark. And I like this mark at 3 because I do not think he gets 4. He played on the left last season, and a lot of his shots came from him. He's a right-footed player. He played on the left. He cut in and shot with his right, which was easier for him to do, or when he was making those runs, to open his body up, to shoot a cross keep with his right. But now, when it came to preseason, he was playing on the left, and so he's not going to be used to playing on that side. He's going to be playing more as a playmaker. At least that's what I believe. He's going to be playing more as a playmaker to try to find Embolo up top. And you played a game. You can't really find a lot of stats when it comes to the friendlies that they play. But the one that you can find, they played Feyenoord, and he as an attacking midfielder, and he only had 1 shot. And I think they're underestimating this Saint Etienne side. But I still do think Monaco wins. I still think they're very underestimating the Saint Etienne defense. They were the best defense in League 2. They only conceded 31 goals in 38 games. They have the same defense that they had in League 2, and I just think at 3.0 they're overestimating how he's going to play. I think it's just too high of a mark. I don't think he gets 4, so I like Takumi Minamino to go lower than 3 shots. I want to give a quick shout out to my partner Underdog Fantasy. You can use code Maikito in the description. They'll match your first deposit up to $100. I also have my PrizePicks link if you want to use that as well. A lot of my plays come from that as well. And then I also have the YouTube memberships for those that are interested. Never required. You still get the content for free. It's for those that want to support the channel and get the video and the plays before anybody else, just in case plays get taken away or bumps or anything like that. And then I also have my Cashapp and Fliff if you want to use that. And I really appreciate anybody who supports me in any way. Again, with the money lines, I know there's a lot of games, but a lot of them could go either way, especially because it's the first game of the season. So I don't want to overthink it. I'm going to just give you guys some that I did like that I think could get good value on. You can obviously take the obvious ones like Liverpool money line, Arsenal money line, but they're heavily juiced, so I don't want to just give out too heavy juiced of plays. So my first one is the AC Milan money line against Torino. They won 12 out of 19 games at home last season, and they had the 3rd best attack, scoring 38 goals in 19 games. They had the 7th best defense, conceding 17 and 19. So they conceded less than a goal a game when they played at home. And Torino away, first of all, scored 18 and 19, so their attack was not the best, and they conceded 27. Their defense was below average. They conceded almost 2 goals a game, around 1.5 goals a game, I believe. And when AC Milan played them at home last season, they won 4-1. When they played Torino away, they played their B team, so they lost that game. But now they're definitely going to play their best team that they have. They won 4-1 the first time, and they're pretty much the same thing, except they replaced Giroud with Morata. While Giroud was experienced, Morata just provides them a lot more versatility, a lot faster, could play, make better. So they have a good reinforcement with Morata. Same Milan team, and in the preseason, AC Milan were undefeated. They beat Man City, they beat Real Madrid, they beat Monza, and they even topped Barcelona. So I think it's a good start for them, coming off a good preseason at home against Torino, who I don't think are getting any better as well. They pretty much have the same team, except for Buongiorno, who was a good defender, their best defender. So I like the AC Milan money line against Torino. My second play is higher than 1.5 goals for Burnley, going up against Cardiff. They played in the first game away from home to Luton and scored 4 goals in an impressive performance, and now they're playing at home where they should be better. And Cardiff, on the other hand, played at home the first game and lost 2-0 to a Sunderland side who barely scored 22 goals in 23 games away from home last season, and they didn't really get any big signings. They still have the same team. And Cardiff conceded 38 and 23 goals away from home. That's an average of 1.65. And Burnley, while I know it's a different team, they scored 49 goals in 23 championship games at home 2 seasons ago. They averaged 1 goal in the Prem last season, which is a much tougher league. And now they're playing in the championship with a very underrated squad, with not only an underrated squad, a young squad. They have Ottoberg, they have Vitinho, they have O'Shea in defense, they have Trafford in goal. I just think they have an underrated young squad. I believe Burnley's going to do well in the championship this season. They played good first game. Cardiff played horrible last game, and now they're playing the opposite, home and away. So like higher than 1.5 goals for Burnley. And then my last play in the League's Cup, I like the Columbus money line against New York. I don't know if I'm missing something, but I just feel like you're getting really good value for this play. They played in June. They didn't play in 2023. They played each other just recently in June, away from home. Columbus played away, and they won 2-3 in that game. When it comes to the league, Columbus have only conceded 7 goals in 11 games, so they have a good defense. And they scored 4 and 3 in both games that they've played in this league's cup. Columbus Crew have at home, and they're playing at home again against New York, who have only scored 11 goals in 13 away games in the league. And I just think this ultimately comes down to Columbus Crew outscoring them, which I think they definitely will. New York has only won 1 game out of the 4 in the League's Cup. They drew 2, lost 1. They recently won a game against Tigres, which they should not have won in my opinion. That was very surprising. Tigres should have won that game. Columbus Crew is just a much better team. New York is just outmatched in my opinion, and Columbus have yet to lose a home game in the last 7 tries that they've had. Last 7 home games they're undefeated. They drew 1 of them, won 6 of them. I don't see why. I think you're getting good value in this prop. I like the Columbus money line against New York. Thank you everybody for watching. Like I mentioned, Discord in the description. You can join free, not charging for it, just if you want to chat, upload your own play slips, talk about lines. I'll be there as much as I can. I have work, but I'll be there when I can. And then, like I mentioned before, if we have a bad day, don't hit at least 66% of the plays, I will do a giveaway in the next video. All you have to do is like and comment. It could be anything. At least try to make it like a word or two. Doesn't matter what it is. Just if you would, comment as well. And then if you're not subscribed, subscribe as well. Turn on notifications. Get notified when all these videos come out. But other than that, we're going to keep it simple tomorrow. Stick to the basics. I just like there's a big slate. Hopefully we can cash out tomorrow. I hope everybody has a good night and a good day.